good evening and welcome to a quick impromptu live. It should have been 6:30, however my computer was having other ideas about the whole thing. So I just wanted to run through our March card class designs. So my classes you can take in person, and that includes everything you need to make all of the cards plus extra bits and pieces. And if you attend in person, you get to use my stamp sets and dies obviously at the venue. You can also take it online, which means I send you oops daisy, all of the information and the class in a box that has the same components. So you get all the card bases, you get the papers, you get the die cuts, and you get printed dimensions file with all the details, and you get videos, one video for each project. That's my class in a box, and that is £20. And then finally, if you've already got some of these components or you're a demonstrator, you can just take my online class option with no box. Hi Tracy. And that is £10. You don't get any of the products, but you do get access to all of the videos and the live online session. So the March class features these lovely papers called New Horizons, and this stamp set and coordinating dies called Grassy Grove. How's the puppy doing, Tracy? I hope you're managing to get some sleep. So the stamp set is not a key requirement for the kit, but it does mean you can add more details to some of the scenes. If you've got existing tree stamps, for example, you can use this, and I have used the coordinating dies with this, which you'll see in some of the cards. Hi Scylla. So let me go through the papers to start with. So you will get in your pack 24 of these papers. There's 12 different designs and they're all double-sided, so you will get 2 of each design. I'll show you each of the sides as we go through. So this is basically half a pack that you're getting. You can order an extra pack of papers if you want. Hi Diana. Oh, excellent Tracy, glad to hear the puppy's doing well. So you can add an extra pack of paper if you would like, and that's £10.75. So this is one side and they're beautiful watercolor type scenes, with also some plain watercolor on the reverse that you can also make into your own scenes. So you could stamp houses, you could stamp a church, you could stamp trees, all sorts of things, or just use it as a background watercolor design. So that is the first sheet. Really pretty, and honestly you could just mount that. You could even just pop that into a frame. These sheets are 6 inches by 6 inches. Then we have this one here with the greenery and then a sunset, and the reverse of that has got that lovely, I mean that would work as a sunset even in its own right. So each of these is 6 by 6, so it would make up a card easily, and then you have a strip left over, and obviously you can make other things with those strips. This is the third one, and then you've got a pink and a blue on one side. And what I did for this is perfect for, dare I say, a Christmas card with bits of snow and things like that. I mean, even this one could be, because you've got that, you know, you get the setting sun, don't you, in the winter. Then we have this one here. So you've got the effect of a lake and that in the distance with a little bit of pink in the sky. And then you've got this one here. So there's so many things you can do with these. And obviously you can add to these, so you could stamp boats, you could stamp and punch out the sailboat, and add that. You could add birds, you could add trees, all sorts of things. This is on the reverse of that side. I'm glad you caught us, Diana, because I know you were keen to see the cards for this month's class, and I am running about a week behind from last month, only because we had our Let's Get Creative event last weekend, so that took out a whole chunk in preparation and days. So I'm opening bookings for this, so I'm working on the emails as soon as this is finished, and you can book your class in a box, or your in-person class. That's in Evenley near Brackley. Okay, so this one has a look of cabins behind it as well. So basically you can make them into whatever you want. So we have this one here, very sort of moody look about it. And then on the reverse side we have that. And then we have this one here. And the green on the back. So as I say, you get 2 of each of these, and you'll see these in some of the cards. You'll recognise some of them. These are perfect for sky scenes, but also for stamping and punching out flowers and things like that. It's perfect for that, especially where you've got any offcuts. I recommend you use those. Okay, and then we have this one here with the fresh freesia on the back. And then lastly we have this one with the green on the back. Well, it's very similar to another one. Oh, but it's not quite the same. I was thinking it was the same as this one, but it isn't. But it is very similar. Okay, so those are the papers. You get 24 papers altogether. You get base cards and envelopes. Let me show you the finished designs of cards. So we have this one here where I've just taken a portion of the scene, cut it into 3 and layered it up. And I've actually textured this by putting it through a textured embossing folder. Not sure that you can see that particularly well. Okay. Then I've got this one here. So this is a 3-layered scene. So right in the background, I've taken one of the scenes from the papers. Then I've added this scene from the Grassy Grove. The Grassy Grove die set also includes these deer, and you'll get some white deer and also some black ones, so you can choose. And then I've just coloured these with, you can use blends pens, or you could use ink, or you could use Stampin' Write markers. And then I've just done this as 3 layers. So there's a layer on the front. This will be given to you in white, and then I've used blending brushes, but you could use sponges to add the greenery and then the tree trunks, and then I've stamped a little bit across the front, if you can see that or not. Then I have this one, and this is one of these scenes that I've stamped trees onto, and I've added the birds from Sailing Away and the sentiment from the Grassy Grove that says sometimes you need to know that someone really cares. Just think that's a really sweet scene. See if I can find the one that comes from. Oh, I can't tell what's on the back, can I? Yes, it's this one here. So I've cut it across here, And then I stamped these trees, not in any particular way, just stamped them across there and added the sentiment and the birds. Okay, then we have this one. Just bring that up a little bit. So this uses that for one of the early scenes that I showed you, and some of the deer. So we've got the larger deer and then the two small ones. And what you can't actually see is that I've taken another segment of this from the other sheet and cut it and popped it on top. But that's not, you can't particularly see that, to be honest, in either the photograph or online. So I'm just trying to find my video so I can see who's joined us, because it's not popping up on my screen. So I apologise. So I can find out. There we go. Oh, there we are. Okay. Right. So this is this one here. So it's got a 3D block added onto there, and that's been laid up. So you get all the layers of card as well, and the coloured base card. So you'll get white, you'll get pear pizzazz, and you'll get misty moonlight and calypso coral. So here's another one where I've just taken the scenery again, added the layer on top, and then added the little deer. So the deer are optional. If you're not that fond of adding those in, you could just leave it. Okay, or if you've got other die cuts of items, obviously you need to scale it accordingly. The scale of this works particularly well. And you'll get a variety of these pieces as well in black and white. Okay, and then this one, I'll show you how to create this sunset scene. So this is actually a piece of white card behind, and then either using blending brushes, sponges or daubers, or even just an ink pad straight across the paper, I'll show you how to mask off the sun and then create that sunset scene behind, and then we've got the layer on top of that. And I think that's it. Sort of lost count. There should be 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And because you get so many scenes, you can make many more cards than this. Obviously, if you want to make a lot more of these with this lovely scene, which I think is perfect for retirement and things like that, or thinking of you, sympathy even, especially something like that with the sunset, then you'd obviously need the dies for these. But there's so many sheets of this lovely scenery paper that technically you can actually make sort of 24 cards, really. In fact, you could make more, because each of these would make a panel of cards, and you'd have a separate panel left, and you could use some of these panels to make more cards. And in fact, this one here, although you can't see it, this panel behind is actually 2 offcut panels just put together, but you can't particularly see that. I might make that a little bit smaller so you see a bit more of the background, but it's up to you. So there we go. So just an impromptu show of the cards and the papers. So I'm just about to organise the email to go out this evening. So if you're on my email list, you will get that information this evening. If you're not on my list and you would like to be, then you can go to my website and click on the right hand side to subscribe to my email, or just pop me a comment in the comment section here. Make sure I know what your email address is, and I will make sure that you're on my list for future emails. With all of these, you might end up with some odd little strips like this. Okay, so you can see where this has come off here, and these are perfect for either popping inside of your card or just for creating other little panels. So make sure you don't throw those away. Okay, thank you so much. Oh, thank you, Diana. To be honest, it's not my talent. It's the fact that the scenes are there, and all I've done is put them together. I did see another demonstrator do something with the sunset scene, so to be fair, that's not even original. But I'm glad you like them. That's the important thing. And I think they really do make some stunning cards. You know, whether you layer them up completely like that, this is like a 3D almost, or where you keep them completely flat like this one, which is obviously perfect for posting. Now I haven't added sentiments to most of these because I don't think they need them, but also you could add sentiments. It did cross my mind to stamp in here across the moon, but I've decided I wasn't going to risk it. But I might do that on one of the samples so that you can see. And obviously these scenes are all interchangeable, so if you prefer one over another, just swap them out. Most of them will work with the Grassy Grove dies. So thank you so much everybody for popping on. Rather an impromptu visit, but it's easier for me to show you by video. I'll pop a copy of this, or link to this video, on the email that goes out. So obviously if you've seen this, you don't need to re-watch the video unless you want to particularly. So I look forward to anybody who wants to book onto that. And the in-person class will be the last Tuesday of the month. I'm just going to double check the date. It should be the same as last month. It'll be Tuesday the 29th of March. Oh yes, it's slightly later than last month. Tuesday the 29th. So I knew I had a little bit more time to get organised. And the online class will be the preceding weekend. So Saturday, March the 26th in the afternoon. All of that information will be on the email. I look forward to crafting with you all very soon. I will be back for my Facebook Live tomorrow morning. Gosh, Monday morning at 10 AM. Soon comes around, doesn't it? Thank you everybody. Do take care, look after yourselves and your loved ones. I look forward to crafting with you again soon. Thanks so much for watching. Bye for now.